We're just
There you go.
Dr. Lowe's around, it will be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna present the theme?
Yeah. So, welcome back to Sound Clash. New year.
Woo!
Got Dr. Lowe coming in a couple minutes. Hopefully for theme he selected was Against the Grain. So basically something that a lot of people don't like, but you sort of like, which I think everyone kind of interpreted that differently, which will make it interesting. So, who wants to start?
Yeah. You know what? That interpretation part is really big, right? Because I first thought, like I was mentioning earlier, the Beatles, because I like the Beatles, but they're so cliche that people don't like them because they're not novel, whatever. And then I was thinking about like that, I call them the first generation of country artists like Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, and Williams, that was another place. And then it was ABBA, Fernando.
Right. Oh.
And then it was like Sesame Street. I love Sesame Street songs. And I don't know, maybe we'll do one of those. So there's I don't know if you can find it on your machine tonight.
Okay.
But it's the Sesame Street. I think it makes me mad.
Okay. Oh. Would it be like on YouTube or?
Could be. Isn't there an album of Sesame Greats?
There
like,
might be.
Greatest
I'll just find it
hits?
on YouTube.
It makes when I'm walking down the street and someone steps upon my feet, it makes me mad.
Is this something that's familiar to you guys?
Sesame
The
Street?
music of Sesame Street?
A little bit.
Okay, because they had a whole band. Did Sesame Street have a whole band?
Sesame Street essentially raised me. I don't know, but I would be
Did you find
morally
it?
vacant.
All right, let's see how it goes. I love it.
When someone slaps me in the eye and they don't even tell me why, that makes me mad. And when I'm walking down the street and someone stops upon my feet, that makes me mad. Well, my hands start shaking and my knees get weak. My voice sounds funny when I try to speak. I don't want to see no one till way next week when I get mad. When I try to climb a tree and then I fall and hurt my knee, that makes me mad. And when I see some girls and boys and they won't let me
You need to
sit.
play this in your band.
You know what? I consider this the impetus of punk rock. You know, the anger and the rage. Take it
Comes
to the
through in
man.
the vocals for sure.
Right.
Anybody? What do you think?
I loved it.
So what was that band?
It was a Sesame Street song.
Oh.
Okay. Was it called "It Makes Me Mad"?
It's called Mad.
Mad.
What year was it?
Oh, probably like 1973 or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like
it doesn't
that.
say.
All right.
Did you watch Sesame Street?
Yeah, I was like early '80s child, but yeah, I remember.
And I watched it in high school more than I watched it as an
Well, I
elementary.
watched it in like preschool. It was
I was
really
too old.
important.
It hadn't been invented yet. So yeah, you know what? It's an infectious song,
Yeah.
right?
And an incredibly creative choice too.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
spot
Well,
on.
Herein lies the problem with the topic. It is when you say find something that you like that other people don't like or that they find distasteful. I'm like, that's hard because everything I like is great.
Yeah.
In my arrogance.
Including Sesame Street.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So,
Yeah.
are we rating anymore? Can we just
Why
Just
don't we
letter.
Yeah.
Letter grade.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A minus.
Yeah.
minus?
It's like a B plus. I liked it.
That's a straight A for me.
Oh, good.
I guess you weren't here for.
No, what I heard was great. I mean, I give it a B plus.
Okay.
I don't think I would put it on when I'm out for a jog or something.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'll go with that A minus.
Does the song make you more mad, or does it make you sort of laugh at your anger?
Yeah, doesn't it? That's the beauty of Sesame
Yeah.
Street, right? It kind of confronted like true human experiences, but in a way that makes them accept. You know, like you can get to them.
Did it happen frequently where someone would sock you in the eye and they wouldn't tell you why?
Well, it happened once. Then we had to go.
No, I like that. Like, I mean, if I'm watching that show as a kid and I heard that, I think that's something that I think you'd kind of feel nostalgic of later. They don't really make it like that anymore.
No.
honestly.
Yeah.
No,
Doesn't
I remember-
HBO own it now? And then that's
Something
just
to-
Is that right?
I just remember that Stevie Wonder, like he came on
Oh, yeah.
Superstition on Sesame Street.
Did he?
That was great.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, you get goosebumps hearing that he did that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
This
Good
might have to be a
song.
separate episode of
Yeah.
favorite Sesame Street.
Yeah.
I got more. You want
Is it
to
my
do that?
turn?
Yeah, sure.
Well, the reason I thought of this topic was like Red Hot Chili Peppers are
Yeah.
a very popular band,
Mhm.
but they have an album that came out, I think it came out in 95, right? 94, 95, called One Hot Minute,
Yeah.
which is the album that everybody hates of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it's my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album by a mile. And it's probably because like I was your age when it came out,
Yeah.
and so that was a formative time for me. I was a little too young for One Hot Minute, or for Blood Sugar Sex Magic. So when that one came out, and also I like Jane's Addiction, and Dave Navarro
Oh, yeah.
shreds
Yeah.
guitar all over this album.
Love Dave.
So this is mine. I love it. And then do you have a song?
Yeah, I
mean,
can do whatever.
like My Friends, I guess,
Okay.
is to me like it's probably the best song on that album, or at least the one that you can play.
My friends are so depressed. I feel
What's the year, Jared?
I think 95, late 94, early 95.
Immediately after Blood Sugar Sex Magic?
I mean, there was a gap because
Next one.
Frusciante
Yeah.
left, and then they recruited Dave Navarro. And he played.
Ex-girlfriend called me up, alone and desperate on the prison phone. They want to give us avenue for being sad. I love.
And then later the track is a blistering guitar solo with Dave Navarro. That to me is just like the pinnacle of the album. It's great.
So hard and lonely too. When you don't know yourself.
Forward to it?
My
Yeah.
friend, I thought this really
I want to listen.
Maybe we can kind of caught the tail end. But you get a sense.
Nice. Yeah.
It's very different from Dave Frusciante, or John Frusciante.
Yeah, I liked it.
And that was the first Dave Navarro.
That's the only Dave Navarro
Oh.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. And they, of course, were friends, Jane's Addiction, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I don't know.
Was this a hard sell for people?
Yeah,
Or is it
I
just a
mean-
not well known? Because it definitely is a not well known part.
No, so I think like when
That's
it
true.
it was big when it came out because I remember back when MTV was like a music
Mhm.
forward sort of TV station. They played a whole concert, like that was the whole night of MTV was a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert based around this album. And my friend and I like stayed up and watched it, and it was great. So, but then I think as Frusciante re-entered the band, this has been sort of a lost outlet. Like they don't ever play any of these songs live.
I mean, there's Aeroplane on here, right?
Yeah, maybe that's the one that they
Yeah.
will play live still, but all the rest of them, I don't know. It just I think it's like the right time that it came out, and Aiden used the word nostalgia earlier. I think it's a very nostalgic album for me, but I prefer it to all the other. I prefer Dave Navarro to John. That's a controversial
Oh, we sure would be.
statement, but I prefer him.
we should lay down some grades here.
Yeah.
We got some miles to travel.
Y'all sort of go. Yeah, honestly, I can agree with that. I think I really like Dave Navarro. I don't listen to much James Fiction, but my dad has. He showed me a lot of their stuff.
Okay.
I don't mind it. I mean, it's kind of acquired with the singing, but yeah, I'm gonna give that an A. Honestly, I really liked it.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about bringing a different Red Hot Chili Peppers album. I think it's called like Freaky Style or something
That's
like
like-
that.
that's early,
really
early.
early. That stuff's great. I
Sure,
feel like
yeah.
singing on this, I can never like fully get behind, but I like the song, so I mean, I'll give it like an A minus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, Jane's Addiction might be a little divisive when it comes to singing.
Yeah.
You already thought about that, that's not the point. I'm gonna say an A minus. I appreciate you bringing this forward.
It's hard not to like any Chili Pepper thing for
Yeah.
me, so I like it a lot. I'll go A minus. Just as a side note, they did streak down 72nd Street in like 1984. So
It's important to know.
yeah, got a local connection.
I will agree with Aiden with the singing. It is kind of divisive, but I do love it. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, so I'll also give it an A.
Yeah.
Great. That's surprising. I
Yeah,
thought-
so
Yeah.
like, I don't know, Pitchfork, blah blah blah. Did the critics not like? Do you know how it was critically
So
received?
Another attachment I have, and I've talked too much, but I was just starting to play bass
Oh, okay.
myself at this time, and I subscribed to Bass Player magazine, and they raved it like it was Flea everything, and I mean you could hear it on that song.
Yeah.
But I think that's my favorite Flea album also.
Okay,
So that was really the only like critical interaction I ever had with it, and they were supportive, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what do you got, Aiden?
Actually, I'm gonna hold out. Someone else go real quick. 'Cause I'm still
Cameron?
processing.
I think I'm gonna go. I think Seal, like the singer, like my opinion, pretty like underrated. I feel like when it comes to people know like Kiss from a Rose, which really like that song, but he's got like.
Was that on a Batman soundtrack?
I think it was, yeah. But his whole first album, really like it. So I bring a different track called "Dreaming in Metaphors."
Nice.
From his first album.
Title.
Is Seal, he just is sick with that vocals, right?
Yeah.
He's not like Prince where he's also playing all the other
Well,
instruments.
so my understanding is on the Kiss from a Rose, like he, I'm pretty sure they like gave him the demo track and then he like laid down vocals like on a tape recorder.
Okay.
So I don't know if he actually plays an instrument.
Okay. That was my question.
Yeah. Hello.
Mildly, I think this is a real honest take on what the assignment was. This is what I would have thought when I
So
see
you
that.
like that other people would.
Yeah.
You would play this for your
I
friends.
would not,
Without a bag over your head.
you know, right.
I mean, I don't know Seal well.
Yeah.
But he was married. Who is he married to? Just a
Heidi Klum.
yeah, just
Oh.
like a very famous
Yeah.
Mhm.
person. And wasn't he? What movie was he in? Was he in Step Brothers?
I'm not sure.
And he like beat somebody up. In Step Brothers? Like he was like a martial artist.
So he's a
But then also a singer.
performance artist of wide berth, right? Like
Yeah, but mainly an R&B singer.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. That was fantastic. That was
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I love the bass line a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I'm like. The
Mhm.
music part of it, like, is great.
Yeah.
It's vocally compelling too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a respectful B minus though. I mean, it's kind of still not my
I've
thing.
been
Sure.
listening to Tom York and Radiohead a little bit lately.
Yeah,
Kinda,
I heard him.
close, you can
Yeah.
see that.
leaned into that
Mhm.
direction for me a little bit. I'm gonna go B.
go B plus. I mean, his singing voice is amazing.
Yeah.
I love all of his stuff, but I'm gonna go B plus.
Sure.
What? Quick comment on that. What about the voice?
I don't know.
Like smooth?
Yeah,
Is that
a little
it?
bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go. I honestly, to be honest, I've only heard Kiss from Rose by Seal. I haven't really explored his other music. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I didn't mind it. It wasn't my favorite, but honestly, that could be a playlist edition
Yeah.
for me.
I'm gonna throw an A minus down because R&B is a major deficiency in my listening,
Sure.
and so I appreciate hearing something different. And also I know I'm pretty sure that Seal is a martial arts expert and he could track us down.
Yeah.
And heal us all. So just out of that respect, A minus. I enjoyed that. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the atmosphere he creates in the song is like really
Yeah, I can
That's
see
actually
having his
great.
friends
That's
over and putting
great
down the
very
table
atmospheric.
and like.
It was atmospheric.
Yeah.
It really
It's
was.
good.
Huh.
Thanks for bringing that.
Spell
up.
Seal.
No, S-E-A-L.
This is
That's what it is.
traditional spelling.
Yeah.
Is it Orf? No.
Or native.
Mr. Recker.
Okay, so I got something different. A classic New Orleans band called the Meters.
Oh yeah.
And the track is Sing a Simple Song. And it is a simple song. I hope it irritates you all.
This is James Brown's backing band.
I know, man.
That sounds like.
You're such a white guy. You got so much funk in you.
What is the era of this band?
This would be 60s.
Okay.
Kind of undergroundy. But then you really did persist and you're telling people that. I remember putting this on with my family driving through New Orleans and it really, really set the mood perfectly.
Okay. I mean, I
Yeah, that's
associate New
true.
Orleans with like Kermit Ruffins and like big brassy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Treme, like that sort of stuff. This is more. I mean, that's a little different than what
Yeah,
I
I
was.
wouldn't. If you said what city is the origin,
I would have said.
I would-
I would probably have said LA, like this.
And there's also, I mean, there's kind of hints of in some of their songs, the Caribbean.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
That was an A plus. One of my favorites.
Oh, thank you, Cameron.
That's
You're-
nice.
The meters?
Yeah. I was gonna bring the Dr. John
Oh,
song.
Who I
but-
totally love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
So-
like my favorite.
Mhm.
And was this paradigmatic of meters?
I'd say I looked through it and I was like, okay, this is the sort of thing when people have heard it, sometimes like, what's that?
Yeah.
Are there ever any vocals that kick in, or is it
No,
just
not
all-
here.
Okay.
They have some.
Just sing a simple song without singing.
Okay.
They do. There are vocals, but not in this.
The Hammond organ sort of
Yeah,
takes
that's
the,
part of it.
you can't do a
I'm gonna
song
throw
with
an
a
A on that
Hammond
one, too.
organ.
That's good.
Right.
That's good stuff.
I'm gonna go A2 because of that lush organ.
Thanks, y'all.
I gotta say A plus.
Yeah.
I mean, before this, I've never really heard of the meters, but I mean that was groovy. I really liked it.
Do you have any meters on vinyl?
I have them on tape.
Okay.
My on my iPad, like on my Apple Music, or like I have Spotify, but like my actual downloaded music, like one of my only albums is Meters' Greatest Hits. So like if I don't have Wi-Fi, like that's
Okay.
what
Nice.
I'm putting on.
Alright.
Also like the drum breaks in those, like all those drums are like sampled in all like 90s hip hop. Like that's where they just steal
Really?
from there. Yeah.
Huh. Huh.
I've never been to New Orleans. I was in the Florida Panhandle this summer, and I wanted to do the drive
It is
to
a-
New Orleans. and
The South is like
I
my
was told
favorite
that I
part
could
of
not.
America.
I know. I wanted to go there.
The people that would just leave, I'd be willing to go.
There's a little floodwater there today, I understand.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should probably.
So Anne Rice's house.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do my song.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I sort of switched it up last minute in my head. Well, I almost feel like this is overlooked, and it's the song is Airplane Mode by Cory Wong.
Okay.
And I know like it might not seem like, oh, this is hated, but it's just I feel like it's an overlooked genre, and I really think people need to start listening.
And what
I
the
can't
genre
wait.
is?
It's almost funk, but you'll notice this is like just play it.
Yeah, okay.
It's sort of- it's guitar, bass, drum. It's usually this song does not have horns on it, but he usually has a big horn section, and it's loud and it's fun, like funk music.
Sure.
And yeah, I just really like stuff like that because I've heard like people think it's kind of just like almost like just note scales and stuff, and
Yeah.
he's just
Sure.
gonna play
Math
it.
rock.
Like if you listen to more of his stuff, there's like people think it's just repetitive, I think too, but I don't know. It's just so calming to me, that kind of music.
I have found this is interesting. So the person who taught me bass is
Yeah.
Shane Johnson, was just a fantastic blues guitarist, and my college roommate was just phenomenally gifted bass player. And you always wonder like why aren't these guys more popular? And same with like this musician, I'm sure it's the
Yeah.
same. And I feel like the more gifted you are as a musician, and the more like technical skill you have, I feel like for whatever reason, this sounds pejorative, but I don't mean it that way. It's like less appealing to like a
Sure.
wider audience.
Yeah.
It's almost
Sure. People like simplicity.
esoteric in a way.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. And I really enjoyed it. I would say A for that because it's a lot of fun to listen
Yeah.
to. And I could definitely see in a live venue a lot of fun.
And
But I don't think there's like a broad commercial. I don't know.
No, not really.
Well, Cory Wong's also in this band Wolfpack, which is like probably one of my favorite bands. Like
I love their stuff.
Yeah, it's
Seen
so
that.
good. Bass player in that band is like, I think the best there is.
Okay.
Joe Dart, he's really good.
Yeah.
One thing I like about Cory Wong is, so I saw him in February of last year with, I'm sure you know who Victor Wooten is.
Of course.
Like the bassist.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, I think for probably 15 minutes, they just went back and forth soloing on their instruments.
Sure.
And it was like, that kind of stuff where it's just fully improv and.
Victor Wooten's a lot of like tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, he did a whole loop solo, it was insane, but like
Yeah.
stuff like that, it's just, that's great
Yeah.
stuff.
Let's score it and hear Gavin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A.
Be kind of elevatory for me.
I was thinking that too.
That's a-
Yeah.
Elevator, but I was like, God, I loved it. If I saw them, I never heard them before, I would really enjoy a live
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
Yeah. I said A, but I'll stick with it.
I'll go with that.
What's your? Yeah. Absolutely.
I went a different route. I went modern country.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't like it.
That was a good choice, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Boy, you can just
I'm
feel
fully
the
prepared to
disdain
not
on
like
his
it.
face.
And then kind of doubling down on that, Post Malone switched to country. And also,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people don't like it.
Oh,
so we're
this
gonna
is-
go with I Had
You
Some
sure
Help.
did.
Um,
You
Post
bring
Malone
Aiden
or
over
Malone.
and Uncle.
Did this
No
one
problem.
at the end yesterday?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah.
Already an 8 double plus. The song's like such a big.
And driving home after a football game, I'm always turning this on.
Once he gets it.
Yeah, we gotta like have a radio while it's playing.
Yeah, that's true. I will say the music video for this song is amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good. It makes no sense at all, and that's why
I like absurd.
I think we found the generational divide right here.
Yeah.
So this is a popular song, right?
People listen to this.
So-
And,
So it's
and
not
it's country. It's regarded as country. I mean, like,
But
I mean,
like,
I think
country
personally, it's
purists.
kind of steering away from it at this point, but
I don't
it's
know
still
if it's
technically
genius or
in there.
I mean, it started with what was the song like 4 or 5 years ago that was like a country.
a horse
Yeah.
thing being
Yeah,
like
Old
oh,
Town
yeah.
Road. Old Town
Yeah,
Road.
Old
Oh,
Town
yeah,
Road,
Old
right?
Town
And then Beyonce did the.
That song sucks.
Count-
I hate that song.
Sure. Okay. And then so this is like a trend, right?
We got people wanting.
Yeah.
Well, I met John Doe from X after X broke up, became a country,
Sure.
became a hillbilly.
I mean, I'll take all the pedal steel you got. I'll give it a B. for
was
the
there a pedal steel in there?
Oh hell yeah.
Well, that was what I was thinking was a synthesizer. Was there a
There's
synthesizer in there?
some pedal steel in there. It's fine.
All right, yeah, no bueno, B minus.
I'm gonna say C+. I love you, Gavin, but
Yeah.
you can't do it.
Well, that's the point. I like that.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say B minus.
All right.
Alright, that's it.
All right,
Let's go.
you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Nice to see you. Welcome back.